it's a sad fact that most people's assets are standing at a much lower value than they were not that long ago. Hopefully, almost certainly, that drop in value will be temporary and recovery will take place. However, if any of those assets were those that you were thinking about maybe giving with the view to reducing your inheritance tax liability, then now is a good time to think more carefully about that. The value of a gift when it's made is the value of the asset when you give it. So that's a good thing from an inheritance tax standpoint to make a gift when the asset value is low. If you're making a gift as a potentially exempt transfer, then of course there's no tax at that time anyway, but should you die, God forbid, within 7 years of making the gift, then when you go back and assess what tax, if any, should be payable on that gift, or how much of the nil rate band that gift eats up, then it's the value of the gift when it was made, not at the time of your death, that's important. So low asset values, good for making gifts for inheritance tax. Of course, when you make a gift, the value of the asset, if it goes up from that point on, is not in your estate, it's in the donee's estate. I mean, it's a similar thing if you make a gift into trust, except that if you make a gift into trust, that will be a chargeable lifetime transfer in most cases, other than bare trusts, absolute trusts. Then you make a gift into the trust. If it's below the nil rate band, there won't be a tax charge on it at that time. If it's not beyond your cumulative lifetime, your cumulative nil rate band. If it does go above that, then of course you're going to pay a going in charge. In effect, there's a chargeable lifetime transfer. You probably won't make it. But with asset values being lower, it just makes making gifts a little more sensible if you were going to make that gift in the first place. You'll need to bear in mind, of course, the reservation of benefit rules. There's another thing to bear in mind, is that when you make a gift of an asset, if that asset is one that is otherwise chargeable to capital gains tax, merely making a gift, even though you get no money for it, the nature of the gift is you get no money for it, it's deemed as if you made a transfer for full market value. So it's as if you made a disposal. So in that case, it may well be that you might even trigger a capital gains tax loss, which has its own rules going with it. But never forget the CGT implication of making a gift when you make that gift, and just solely concentrate on the inheritance tax aspects. Of course, cash is not a chargeable asset for capital gains tax, so it's not that relevant. So my main point, and I've taken a long while to get to it, is that with asset values quite low, might represent a chance to at least review the potential for inheritance tax planning.